Hi, and welcome to Fit for Art. We are here today to give you a great trunk show of the garments made with the band variation pattern that accommodates the Tabula Rasa jacket. We love the Tabula Rasa jacket, get a good fit in it, and then start making it all kinds of different ways. And today we're going to show you a variety of different ways to create front bands that give you a really fun and interesting jacket. We are excited to tell you that this band variation pattern is now available as a digital download. We have retired it from service. It's been around a long time, but you'll see we make great things with it. So we are offering it to you digitally, so you can download it and create as many different fun jackets using it as you like. So let's get started. I'm going to show you a lot of different garments made with it. And the first section of the book tells you just a lot about changing the width of the band. As you'll see, different widths of the band make the jacket look completely different. And here I am wearing a very narrow band. I love this, especially in the summer. It's lightweight, it doesn't get caught up in my hair, and it just feels very light and loose. This is a basic Tabula Rasa with a narrow, almost a binding as the band. And here's another one up on the wall. I'll just turn your focus to that briefly. That's a quilted jacket, and it has that same narrow band. It's designed to be worn in the spring, so you don't want to be too cozy in the little quilted jacket. And so that little narrow band gives you just what you need. You're basically adjusting the width of the base band pattern that's in the direction book for the Tabula Rasa jacket. Here we have one that is about 1.25 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. Again, you can see that it's different. Our 2-inch wide band just fills up your neck completely. And this gives you a little more of an open look. This is a single layer band. We explained to you how to do that. And in this case, we've used the selvage, another set of tips that we talk about in the direction book that you'll receive when you purchase your downloadable band variation pattern. As you move wider, we have the Faux Shawl collar jacket, which gives you a 3-inch wide band. We give you the directions on how to do this in the book. And this one is what we call a faced band. So we've used a 3-inch piece plus seam allowances. This is our flat piping to give us some fun interest. And on the other side, a different fabric. This one is quilted. You see how cozy and warm that is up against your neck. Just perfect for fall, which is when you would just generally wear a jacket like this. So the Faux Shawl, 3 inches, just a little bit more warmth and closure up around your neckline. Making the band a full 4 inches can give you a lot of width. This sample shows you how it looks when it is in a sheer single layer. And in this case, I've left it loose from the chest down, and it's tied to create the jacket closure. This band variation pattern gives you so many fun ideas for bands, but also for closures. This one is also featured in our blog. We write a blog about this sort of thing, as you probably know, but if you don't, we'd love for you to visit it. You can search band variations and see all these different garments that we've made using the bands. In this case, narrow, medium, 3 inches wide, 4 inches wide. If you're going to be purchasing the band variation downloadable pattern, you might want to add the pattern drafting kit. This will give you paper to create all these new bands and band patterns as you work with our products. And here is some interfacing. We sell 2 interfacing samplers, and you might want to tuck one of those in to your cart also, because interfacing is essential to give you a really beautifully structured band. Carrie's going to come now and show you some other fun bands.
Right, I'm going to show you a little bit more elaborate variations. So the one I am wearing today is what we call a pleated band. And this is also a pleated band. I used a pleater to create these little long pleats to fill the whole band. I guess I should step back a little so you can see. And then because there's nowhere for a button, I used a frog as a closure on this particular cotton jacket. And then on this one, Ray used some little ties. So that's one of the fun extras in the band variation pattern, is how to make and install these kinds of ties. So that's one set. A very similar but a little bit softer look you can get from using a ruffle on the front. So again, you might use a ruffler if you have that, but there are a lot of old-fashioned ways to do it. This is a simple cotton jacket that I made for my daughter with some leftover fabric from her graduation dress. And so it's a nice little summer thing with this very, very loose band of ruffles. This is a much more elaborate sample of a ruffled band that Ray has made out of a silk fabric. And she doubled over the fabric to give it a little more volume and brightness, because the band part is made with a sheer, whereas the jacket is made with a matching opaque silk. So those are from fun alternatives that give you a very different look, and again can be done open like this one is for summer, or brought in a little closer to the neck for formal wear. So then another group of band variations have much even fuller necklines. So this one is what we call the gathered collar, and as you can see, it has a big wide collar that is gathered into make a full thing around the neck. And I love these for winter because they cover the back of my neck. But then it comes into this narrow straight band, so it gives it a very different look. You can also do it with a pleated band at the top, and then that's coming into that straight band. So two different ways to do the same jacket with the same look with the same pattern, but give you some different kinds of structure options. And then finally, another fuller type of band that we include in the pattern is this ruched band. Again, this one is made out of cotton and is fairly soft and gentle. It can also be done in much more rigid or fuller materials to give it a very different look. So that is a fun, and it starts with a 4-inch wide band that you gather at different points to control and shape. So that one is big fun too. I think Ray has a few more to share.
I do. We're going to look here at this. This is called the split band. And this is a really excellent band if you have a great button to feature. Carrie has this beautiful glass button on here that looks really fun on that beautiful silk jacket. And here you see it in cotton. So this will give you a little bit closer look at that split band. The band pattern is a template, and so you're able to position that split wherever it best works for the garment that you're making. In this case, I was doing this sashing, and I wanted to position the split where the fabric came together, putting the loop, there's a little loop and a button here to finish that off. Nice interfacing in the collar to give it a little bit of structure. The pattern, this band variation pattern, gives you lots of closure ideas as well. Carrie showed you the little tie and the little frog, all of which work pretty well. And we do have a fair amount of information on using buttons and loops. This is a beautiful wool coat that Carrie created, and it has these great copper buttons, and she has made some loops so that she didn't have to put a buttonhole into her pretty wool band. She's a two-piece band here that uses her fun fabric on each side, and she wanted to just have that button close but not make a real statement. So the loop is a great way, and the directions for making loops in all kinds of sizes for all kinds of different jackets is in the band variation and pocket pattern. And then lastly, I'm going to show you these inseam buttonholes, which are also described in that pattern. And here you see this is a very large button that I was putting on this French cotton jacket. And so instead of putting, again, a thread buttonhole in, I created a little button frame and made an inseam buttonhole in the middle of the frame. This direction book gives you all the directions for calculating how wide the band needs to be to accommodate the button you have, how to put the inseam buttonhole in, calculate the band so that you have a great finish. There's a blog post about this jacket. There are blog posts and gallery posts about each of these garments. You can see up close some of these techniques that we have shown you quickly to just give you a taste of the band variation pattern. We hope you'll download it, have fun playing with it, and happy sewing.